Hello, everyone. Welcome to New Genesis Wrestling High Voltage. I am the camera guy here, as always, with our head referee, Scott Cross. How you doing, Scott?
Oh, I'm doing good. We're under 25 days for Madness and Mayhem.
23 days to be
23
exact.
days. Yep. I knew we were getting close, and I'm counting the days. I mean, every week keeps getting closer and closer, and we usually have a new match. So, I'm getting more excited as this gets underway.
23 days away from New Genesis Wrestling Madness and Mayhem, Saturday, March 15th at the Lou Civic Center in Mascoutah, Illinois. Everybody make sure to go and get your tickets now at ngw.ticketleap.com. And the card's shaped up to be quite the event. We're, of course, going to be seeing our next qualifying match for the brand new NGW women's title. We will be seeing Shaza McKenzie return to the NGW ring, and she will be facing off against lovely Miss Larkin in her first time here with us at NGW.
Yeah, I mean, Shaza McKenzie's been all over the world, and this is now a qualifying tournament. First time she was here, wasn't for a title. Now it's for a title. But lovely Miss Larkin is making her debut, and, what a debut to qualify on your debut for a shot at the women's title in this tournament.
Yeah, and we will also be seeing P1 PYT's newest members, Marco Hendricks, going up against Sid Holland for the Wrestling for a Cure Championship.
I mean, this one, I don't know. When Marco Hendricks joined in PYT recently, I mean, this one's going to be a fight. I think this one is going to be a fight. I don't think
Marco Hendricks, when we had Playboy Double H on, he said that 2025 is going to be the year PYT.
I mean,
Marco Hendricks could be kicking it off by capturing that
yeah,
Wrestling for the Cure Championship.
I mean, imagine if he captures gold beating Sid Holland. And PYT has one more gold in their stable.
And we're also going to be seeing Preacher in his first ever title defense as the reigning NGW Lightning Division Championship. He will be going up against Logan Ridge, who he actually previously defeated in a match for the right to fight contract for the Lightning Division Championship.
And now Logan has a chance to get some, kind of revenge on that loss and walk away with the Lightning Division Championship.
Yeah, and we will be seeing the returning Mickey Midas facing off against Dexter Roswell for the NGW Heavyweight Championship. Those two had quite the battle at Endless Winter, and Mickey Midas attacked Dexter after the match when Dexter was going for a handshake.
Yep. I mean, this rivalry is far from done between these two. Now, Mickey's trying to... He didn't capture gold the last time he was here. Now he definitely wants that gold this time.
Most definitely. And, of course, the match that was made at Endless Winter, we will be seeing a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the NGW Tag Team Championship between the Great Heathen Army, the FAM, and our current NGW Tag Team Champions, TNT. And all three members of the Great Heathen Army will be legal in this match.
Yep. We had, when we had the Heathens on, we talked about the numbers game, how they have 3, FAM has 2, TNT has 2, and they keep bringing up LBK. I mean, LBK is not signed to New Genesis Wrestling. I know he had some meetings with Jason Halbert and Phoenix. I don't know what happened out of those outcome of those meetings, but can LBK play a part in this match? Is he going to be there? Are we going to have to beef up security after what happened last time? I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen in this match. I know it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, Marcellus. I hope you're not booing yourself, Marcellus.
I mean, this match is going to bring... I mean, this is going to be a car crash.
Yeah. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Scott, are you working on being able to duck, getting out of the way of everything?
I'm gonna have to beef up my cardio, that for that show, because I might have to get out of the way, or might have to throw a camera guy in the way.
No, I'm gonna be outside the ring. You're inside the ring. Your job's in. My job's out.
I'll be outside the ring. I'm outside the ring. I'm not inside that ring. I'll let them do whatever they got.
And of course, for the first time, for the last time, our guest tonight, Pretty Boy Floyd's final match against the King of Chaos, Ricky Cruz.
Yep. I mean, you know, we announced it on the podcast that when we had Ricky Cruz on, that his match at Madness and Mayhem was going to be against Pretty Boy Floyd in Floyd's last match. And, you know, he basically said, you know, I know Floyd's trying to go on and win, but he said that he wants to get the victory too. I mean, I know Floyd wants to get the victory, but he's not going to make it easy for Floyd. And Floyd should not expect less. I mean, these two have had long career. You know, Pretty Boy Floyd's over 30 years. Ricky's over 25. But they've never crossed paths one-on-one. And now we get to see this in NGW for the first time, but unfortunately for the last time.
Yep. Let's go ahead and bring up a list of Pretty Boy Floyd's accomplishments in the ring. He is going to be facing Ricky Cruz in his final match in NGW. Total of 11 heavyweight championships, 9 tag team championships, 3 hardcore championships, 3 U.S. championships, 2 Midwest championships, 4 light heavyweight championships across multiple promotions, including IWA Productions and RCW. 34 years in a professional wrestling ring. And fun fact, Floyd has appeared on AWF and WCW TV.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and welcome our guest tonight, the Freak Pretty Boy Floyd.
What's up, guys?
Boy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. All good, everything, stuff. What's going on? Now, you know, welcome to the Freak Show. You know, y'all on the Freak Show. I ain't on y'all show. Y'all on the Freak Show.
Yeah. Anywhere you go is the Freak Show.
Commenting with any questions down below.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, basically, my career and everything, it started as, let's go with 34 and a half years ago with WCW. Did some training there in Atlanta. And then things took off for there. Then did some training with Windy City Wrestling, if you guys remember Windy City. And then things just start progressing, you know, from there with shows, indie shows, of course, what we all do and everything. And then, you know, that's why they always say you never know who's going to be at a show. You never know who's going to be at a show, because you get to the show, then a lot of people be like, here's my card. I like the way you work. Call me. You know, and that's what happened. You know, that's how the AWF thing came along. I think I was on a Lucha show with let me see. I'm trying to think of the guy's name, everything. He was running out of Chicago. I think I've heard him in a Jumbo Jimmy and everything like that, and Jose. The guy was there. He gave me a card and everything. I'm looking. I'm like, AWF live TV tape and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. And then that was on hold. And then I'm sure y'all know the Beast and everything and stuff. And then he was working up in Melrose Park. And then I guess this promoter came to him. And then, you know, talking about after for so long that had brung everything up. And then we was like, yeah. So Beast called me, say, hey, they legit, they ready to do it. Well, you ready? And I'm like, yes. What's the dates? So I did all that. And then it just started meeting just talent all over from who I've met with WCW when they moved on some things with their lives, and then started meeting different talent. Then we started going all over the place, pretty much the Midwest area, and then one thing led to the next. And then I just continue with my my name. I'm glad Floyd. I was able to keep it and make it what it was, because it was hard for me in the business. Back then, you know, with the flamboyant gimmick and everything and stuff, it was really hard. I mean, when you wasn't like like the Steiners or something like that, really, you know, built everything and stuff, or like, you know, Luger, you know, because back then it was all about muscles and everything, muscle and mass and stuff. And then here I was, of course, I picked up some weight now, but then years ago, I was like this little stick, you know, probably almost like what's the little guy name there? With the long hair, what's his name? Help me out, guys.
Trying to think.
Shrapnel.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
shrapnel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was probably like shrapnel back then, and maybe a little bit hairy, but not too much. And so you see where I'm going with this, with me just trying to get in the ring with somebody like that time back then was like, well, like Mr. Hughes or Luger. They was like, nah, you a little twerk, you can't, you ain't gonna be too good. Not that I wasn't good, but that's just not how the wrestling business was working back then. And then after that, like I said, just continued on, didn't give up, kept pushing, kept the name going. And then I went over I said, I'm gonna give Pretty Boy Floyd a break a minute. Then if you probably guys remember when I took over the name of MGD, like the beer, Miller Junior Drive, but it stands for Master G Dog. Okay. Yeah, I went with Master G Dog, and then once again I teamed with Beast, and we did this great team. It was called the New Bloods. You guys probably heard of that, have seen that probably over some videos and things like that, where we did like this Southwest Side gangster gimmick. That brung a lot of heat. It brung a lot of heat. I mean, when you down in places like Rolla, Missouri, in these type of little areas and everything and stuff, and yeah, it brought some heat, and we really pushed that gimmick where, I mean, it basically, it was life-threatening. It really was. I mean, we had people chase us out of bars. After shows, we had people chase us out of the hotels, waiting for us and everything. We making call downstairs, but like, do you see this black van with this license plate number? They're like, no, we had to get police escorted with some things. So then after that, then Beast did this thing. He went down towards Kentucky, somewhere in that area, Kentucky and Ohio. I continued on. We went, we just met pretty much with the regular promotion that was doing that. And then I went on with Master G for a little bit. And then all of a sudden I was like, Floyd need to come back. But before I do that, I want to try one more gimmick. Now, y'all gonna laugh at this one. And at Powerhouse Wrestling out here to a street and everything, I did this homeless gimmick. It was called Homie the Homeless. Okay. It was fun. They wanted something fun. It was like, right, and this where everything picked up, where more of the costumes came in. After I did Homie the Homeless, and I came to the ring. I went to Dollar Store, believe it or not, y'all gonna trip out at this. Went to the Dollar Store, me and a buddy. He had a pickup truck. And I'm like, I need a shopping cart. And I'm like, he was like, I don't know where to get a shopping cart. I'm like, or do. So it was funny. I was like, well, we can't go on property and take the shopping cart. What are we gonna do here? And I kid you not, guys, I don't know if it was the luck of God or what, but I kid you not. We coming down and we like looking, and a shopping cart just started crossing the street, going to the other side, right? I'm like, that's it. Go get it. Let's get it. So we turn up. It was like going to like a car wash, that was across the street from the Dollar Tree. So we go over there, we pick it up, we throw it in, and we take off with it, right? We gone. And I'm like, I can't believe this. This shopping cart, like, it was like saying, come get me. I'll be with the gimmick. That's how I'm thinking. I'm like, how obvious do that happen? You need a shopping cart and it rolls across the street. So we took it. So then we bought a lot of gimmicks and everything. So I did a show. Where was that? Peru, Illinois. So I come down and everything. I had the cutoff jeans, everything and stuff, and I had the food and everything. It was all the makeup and everything. And come out there, and I'm like dragging my leg like I'm Igor. Really poor. I stayed up like all night so I could really have that tired look in my face. And everything, and put the makeup on and stuff. And people were like, oh my, and I walked around with a tip jar on my neck. I got paid. I got paid. People was feeling sorry for me. I was feeling bad because I knew, doing the gimmick and all. But I was like, oh my God, I'm like taking these people's money out. And then I got merchandise up there too selling. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna fix nothing that's not broke. So I one night I think I did like roughly about $200 in like dollars and $5 bills. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm just like, man, merch did good that night and everything. And people are like, well, I'm gonna give you food and everything. They give me like they link cards and all type of cards to buy stuff with and everything. And I'm like, guys, y'all don't have to do this everything. I'm like, oh yeah, you're poor, we're fine, we'll be all right. Hey, I went grocery shopping. I bought some gym shoes. I bought more outfits. I did stuff that it was fun. It really was. Homie the Homeless, and then I went back to Floyd. And then I said, but now since Floyd's been out there, I need to change from the one style that I have and really enhance them. Start getting outfits, a lot of outfits made, different stuff, because I want Floyd to come back strong. I wanted to be something, a totally new look, totally different. I wasn't doing Floyd when I was doing Master G Dog and Home and the Homeless I'll say about 4 years, about 2 years apiece. I ran those gimmicks with different promotions. So I come back to Floyd and I was like, I want a whole new look. I want to start fresh with him. And then that was it. And then, all the outfits and stuff. And then I got a chance in AWF with that name. Some of the legends like Greg Valentine, Tommy Wildfire Rich. I worked Nails. I got a chance to work Coco Beware, Gentleman Chris Adams. Let me think. Let's see, the Warlord, the Samoan SWAT team, of course, you may know, which is huge. The Roman Reigns era saga, the cousins and everything and stuff. Which actually, we work Rikishi in his younger days. That was Rikishi. That was with Fatu. Samu, excuse me. And yeah, and those guys were brutal, very, very brutal. Um, they were brutal. They didn't, man, they came in there, slapping the chest, like that. And I'm like, and here I am, this fighting this, this is me and this them. And I'm like, okay, so we go there and everything and stuff. We like, match start, they come right at us. Man, boom, solid to the back and upside the head, everything stuff. Normal head buzz, boom, no, full blown. Down I go. I fly in there at about 9 feet, and everything and stuff. And then Beast almost loses his eardrum. He gets smacked, wow, really hard. And he was like, he might still be here in the ring in the day. It was cold. It was cold. Them guys was brutal, man. But learning from that, you just take that, as we said back then, that rookie butt kicking. You go through a lot. They prepare you, and it wasn't like a disrespect thing. That's what a lot of people think when you fighting a veteran like that 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 they crowbar me and everything and stuff, and they just totally just. No, it's not that. They letting you know because everybody works different, and you got to know how to put that puzzle together and everything. That's why I see a lot of guys that come back. Oh man, you cold cocked me. Well, no, I didn't. You know what I'm saying, guys. And it's just like you're going to get popped. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get injured. You're not going to go through without any injuries. You're just not. I'm surprised I'm able to walk after all these years with wrestling. I've been in all them kind of barbaric matches, cage matches, TLC matches like you guys are going to have, street fights, a lot of street fights, especially with the when I was the hardcore champion back then for HCWA, and it was all my matches was hardcore because of that title. I've been busted open, I've gotten stitches, all my joints is just like almost like mashed potatoes. My knees and stuff, they popping like crazy, elbows, shoulders, any joint is just at this day and age of everything. So I'm doing good, but I'm just saying, you're gonna wake up, God, that hurts, and we doing that now, and just
Yeah.
road trips. Oh my God, I guys, we'll be home now if I bring up road trips.
Yeah.
Some things, car breaking down when there's things like that. You go into a winter show and there's no heat in the car and everybody like up against each other trying to get heat. The only way the car got heat while it's moving, you get that off the engine. But as soon as you stop, you still seeing your breath in the car. But the road trips, I would not trade them for anything in the world. There was a lot of fun. It was a lot of going through a lot of stuff, and everything. But you did what you have to do to make it to that show, and that's pretty much a start where I took off with it, and then I just went with it.
So we've actually got a picture to bring up here. You back in your AWF days.
See what I told you? See how I'm about small shrapnel? See?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, with the blonde hair. Now, do you believe it or not? The ring announcers, it was let me see, Terry Taylor, and I forgot the other gentleman name. I'm friends with him and everything, but they called me Dennis Rodman. That night with the blonde hair and the tattoos and everything and stuff. That's when, around the time when the Bulls were winning the championships and things, and it took off. see stuff like that. I mean, the other guys got criticized a lot, but I got one of the most criticism of all the workers and everything, because they were like, oh my God, here come Dennis Rodman, and it just took off. And everybody was expecting Dennis Rodman. They knew I was Floyd, but as it was aired as Dennis Rodman, you can go to the video and hear it, by me being Carl Rodman. And I was just like, man, this is crazy, And after that, when AWF closed down, I mean, man, bookings was just, coming in like no tomorrow. Everything. Can you do this show? Down in Memphis, down in Kentucky, out in Massachusetts and everything, Vermont. And I was like, I was trying to pick the places I haven't really wrestled. I'm like, I want to do those first. And did those and everything. And it just, after that, then I was just like, then I got into start with the trucking. And then I was like, oh boy, now this is gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna have to stop it because I can't do both. I can't do both. So I was able to do that with the truck, and I said, well, then maybe once I see how my runs was, I was able to pick shows where I was going to be trying to deliver it once we had some set accounts. But now I can't do that no more, because we got stuff all over the West Coast and stuff. We don't just, pretty much load out of the Midwest and then go to certain destinations. Well, I'm all over the place now.
Yeah, it's hard to work around these wrestling shows because
it is.
They're booked so much, and it's just, if you got to make money, you got to make money.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You talked about the Samoan SWAT, and we've actually got
your
Rodman look going here.
There it is. I mean, you can play it if you want to look some clips of. You'll see that. I know that's that double headbutt shot coming. I know right what that is, man. Right there, that point, that double headbutt shot is coming. And and they broke part of because at that time when I had hair, it was bleached, and when they did, I think Samu had like a piece, like a chunk of hair in his hand, because he forgot to let go, when the headbutt, and he still had my hair and everything. And so when I went down there, he went to pull with because I was going down, and he was like, oh, and then he came up. It was funny, just stuff like that,
We've got both Dardar and Kevin in the chat asking the same question. Who inspired you to wrestle?
Actually, wrestling, if I really go back in time, I would really have to go way back with Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. That's what was out back then when I was able to watch wrestling and realize what wrestling was all about, because I watched it with my dad a lot when he was alive and everything and stuff. And I used to sit there and just watch wrestling. Dick the Bruiser, they was real big in Chicago at the International Amphitheater. And then all of a sudden it just went from there, because all it was back then was the AWA pretty much. Let me say AWA, and then Mid-South Wrestling and the NWA, they was out, but in the Midwest area they wasn't on local TV. So then it was just basically the AWA, which I was watching, like Jerry Crusher Blackwell, Bobo Brazil, Dick the Bruiser, Crusher, Stan Hansen. These are the guys, the fabulous ones. Then the Road Warriors, which the fuse I was looking at back then, it was like let's see, the Blackjack Mulligans versus the Road Warriors. It was those types of matches. Dick the Bruiser and we'll go against Crusher Blackwell, then it'd be like Dusty Rose against Black Bart, the old Bruno Sammartino, those types of matches. So pretty much all those vets and everything in the business has inspired me, because that's what I watched. And then we were doing the thing too. We all was kids and stuff. We used to make championship belts out of cardboard box. We used to have our own company. You know how that all goes. And we used to have matches on the wrestling matches on bed mattress and stuff. We didn't do backyard. We did it in the front yard. It was front yard wrestling for us, because we want the people to see. And we got really good and everything. It used to be people when I lived in the city. They used to drive down to park and just watch out of their cars and just hang out. It was fun and everything. And then people used to sit out on their porch. So we used to have this nice little crowd and everything and stuff. And just did some things that was just really wild. Like I said, that's why I call it front yard wrestling. We did it up front. We didn't do it in the backyards. So
we've got a Kurt Reed in the comments. I've appreciated everything Floyd has done, being a mentor of mine since the day I met him in Brew Fairgrounds in 2009. in 2009 and getting to share the ring and locker room with him multiple times. Love you, buddy.
Thank you. Love you too. Appreciate you. Thank you.
And Dardar, thank you for all that you've done. You are the king of freaks, Dardar said.
So Floyd, you are known a lot of people look for part of the first thing of your match is your entrance. Your entrance is out of this, crazy. Like you have different costumes every time. It's like, what is Floyd gonna wear this time? It's like, what is Floyd gonna wear tonight?
Right
yeah. And it's always like, what is Floyd gonna wear tonight? It's always just different costumes.
Mm-hmm.
What inspires you to do different costumes? Do you have just random or just do you have different? Each show is a different costume,
What that was it. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said when I bring Floyd back, I wanted him to have something different. I wanted the people to just look back. Oh, it's just the one back from the 90s, type of look thing. So I had to do something to change him to make him be like, oh, that's Floyd, but he's different. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I had to think about. And excuse me, with the experience that I have gained in that time of wrestling and everything, I was like, I'm going to do this and bring him out. So then I also thought, I said, I have to have good catching music. It's got to be good catching music. The outfit could be good, but if the music is not going to grab that crowd, it's going to be totally useless. So that was the hard part with all the music that is out there to try to find something. So this guy that he was out of Atlanta, and the one you guys probably know, Bring It to the Floor. He was on MySpace years ago, and I told him that I sent him a clip. I had did the show one time with his music, and I sent him the video of it, and I said, with all due respect, I said, this music is really good for me, for my character at this time. Is there's a way I could use this for intro? He said, oh, yeah, brother, sure. It's all yours. Go for it and everything and stuff. I said, well, I want you to know, here I am. If you need to get a hold of me about anything, if someone get a hold of you, you know how to get a hold of me about your song. He said, no problem. Run with it. He said, enjoy it. And I said, appreciate you. So that was good. And I took our, because like we said, we got to do something with copyright music and things like that. So I got his permission, and it ran good. So when I did Bring It to the Floor and everything and stuff, and then that was Baby. Then when I went, they asked me to go heel. They said, well, Floyd, we're gonna need you to turn heel. I was like, okay. So now I don't want to change the name. I'm gonna add to the name, The Freak. The Freak. So when I said they turned me heel with that, when I went heel and I add The Freak to it, The Freak Pretty Boy Floyd, and then did that, and then that's when Devastation Inc. started to happen, down with IWM Mount Vernon, which went really, really well, I believe. And then from that, but that was beforehand, but that was one of the major alliance that I was with that name. So I went with The Freak, and then like I said, the costumes, the music, it went with that, and then Timmy Trumpet came out with the perfect doggone song. I was in, let me see, what state was I in? I was in Laredo, Texas. And I was in the truck, and I was just going through some station and everything and stuff. And I kid you not, I just heard the dun, 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 and I'm like, okay. I'm like, what's this? And then he go through the thing. Do y'all got it? Can y'all play it?
I don't have it.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Oh man, I'm just saying.
I know. Yeah.
The beginning, I was going.
Everybody knows the tune. Everybody who's seen you knows the tune.
I heard that, and I was like, the beginning, and then it said, "Tell me," tell me. And I hear the big guy say, "Tell me where the freaks," and I just jumped up out of bed and threw my arms out. And so then, I looked up the song on YouTube, and I played that song for about, I kid you not, about 7 hours. Started from front to end, thinking about how to put it together, how to come out to it, what to do with it. And so the first couple times, they didn't know because it was new, because I went from Bring It to the Floor, which was the good one. I was going throwing the hands side to side. So it took about maybe a year, but then after a while, then the clapping started. Then the crowd got into it and everything. And when I come out, the pop. And I was just like, man. So that song now is just, I don't know. It's just a classic to me, and it always will be, because of what it's done for me for my career after I reborn Pretty Boy Floyd, and changed them, and then it took off. It really did. I didn't expect it to do this good. I was expecting for it to do good, but with the music and everything, with Timmy Trumpet, Timmy where the Freak's at, which is called a Freak, I just add to it. Yeah, it just took its toll. It really did.
I can tell you
We
this.
got a couple comments about your music. We got one from Jason Heath, the NGW sound guy, gonna miss hitting your music.
Oh man, I
you and the
appreciate
Freaks
it.
out to the ring.
Thank you.
And we have one from Jonathan Moffat. First time I saw you, Floyd, was September 2023, and been a huge fan of you ever since. I also listen to your entrance music all the time on Spotify. Love you, man. Can't wait to see you in March.
Thank you.
And I can say at IWA, you're the only one that has their own lighting for your entrance, because there's special lights that we turn on that are only on for your entrance.
I didn't. I know that I really didn't. I didn't notice like by mines. I knew because everybody has some type of little light going on, but I didn't know.
You're the only one that has that light. You're the only one that has that light. We only turn it on when you're coming out.
Is that right?
Yep. So you're the only one that gets an entrance at IWA. So
wow.
That just shows what you mean to this business.
Yes, thank you.
So I'm honored that I get to turn that light off every time. I'm like, all right, he gets his entrance.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So we got Dara with another question in the comments. What inspired you to start the Freak Show?
That was just it. Like I said, when I brought Floyd back, and they was going to turn me to a heel, turn me to a bad guy. And I didn't want to just go, straight in from Pretty Boy Floyd. I could have just ran the name, but I want to be the Freak. So that way, when I bring in the Freak, Pretty Boy Floyd, they'd be like, if they boo it, fine. If they cheer it, fine. Either way it go, I was winning. But then it took off. Nowadays they cheer heels, and I was like, okay. And I mean, no matter, you suck. Yeah, we love you. Okay, what do I do here now? Just roll with the flow. But that's what happened when I went heel. I added the name The Freak, just to pump it up, because being a bad guy, and then I just left it. Then when I went back baby with it, it just made its own cake. It really did. It just made its own cake. Yeah.
34 years in the industry, and we all know that it takes two to tango in the ring. You can't just wrestle yourself. In those 34 years, do you have somebody who you would consider your favorite opponent?
Whoo, boy, now that's, what? That is a tough question. But I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to say pretty much everyone. Because without them, I might gonna lose it here. It wouldn't be me. And excuse me.
All right.
What I went through in this business, so much, lies, deceit, deception, and kept going. And the nights being in hotels by myself, thinking about things, what I was going to do, how I was going to continue my career. I just kept going. So I have to thank everybody, because they made me who I am. From WCW, AWF, and all the indies, they did it for me. So everyone, I thank them all. I don't have a favorite, because without that one match, go ahead.
I think Scott froze.
Oh, did he pause it? Did he lose it too? I didn't mean to. Oh my God, I can't believe I cried on the live, which is fine. I'm not embarrassed about it. I'm just saying that was a hit there.
Do you have a most memorable moment of your career?
Let's see.
Oh, there we go. All right,
I came back.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know what happened. It literally just like went off for a second. I don't know what happened, but what I was going to ask before we went off, how is your?
I lost it.
Yeah, how has your style evolved over the years of wrestling? You always got to change, your style to change with wrestling.
Well, that's what I was explaining about my characters back with the Homie the Homeless and
Yeah.
those
So it
guys and
went from
stuff like
different
those
stuff.
characters. Yeah, when I explained all those and everything and stuff, and then like I said, I gave Floyd a break, and then like I said, went from there to the Freak, and then it just took off. But like he was asking my memorable match, I would just have to say pretty much. I would have to pretty much say my I'm gonna say all my brutal matches. Those because there's been so many, and those ones that I mean, nothing against the regular matches or tag team or six mans or anything like that, but when you in those scaffold matches, those cage matches, street fight matches, all those types of matches and everything and stuff, and survived the best that I could. Those matches I want to say I probably would be my memorable most matches because, like I said, you could be like, "Oh man, I remember when I flew off that cage." You see what I'm saying? So you always would think about that. Me taking the Tower of Doom in Quincy, when all of us, you guys probably seen that when I was in the green outfit, and took that big, like that. That'll be, never be forgotten. Yeah, it's all the crazy matches I call them. The cages and stuff. Yeah. Tower of Dooms and stuff like that. Yeah, those matches will always be remembered because there was something to talk about in them.
Now on March 15th in Muscuda, you've been around 30 something years, 35 years,
plus, yes.
34 years. Ricky Cruz has been on 25 plus years.
Yes.
You guys have never had that one-on-one, and now on March 15th, you guys are going to have that one-on-one.
That's it. Yeah, that type of match is. I mean, if you compare that, our match to the big time leagues, everything. This is your CM Punk, Cody Rhodes type match. This is your your Shawn Michaels or Triple H type of a match. To say the least on how volume this type of match is with our experience in the ring and what we've been through, and and Ricky too. I'm sure he's been through a lot in his career as well, and everything, his ups and downs, and he pushed through it as well too. But this match on the 15th, everything it's gonna be scientific. I believe it's going to be a lot trying to see who make that first mistake, who make that where someone can counter on it and do whatever and stuff. A lot of blindside stuff, it's just figuring each other out. Because you got two vets in there that know what they need to do and who's going to make that first slip. And whoever does, how it's countered, and then how the other person going to react to it, So it's going to be a long, tiring match, and a lot of it is going to be basically, like I say, just trying to figure each other out. What moves to do after that, and then I'm sure some heat gonna pick up from it or whatever and stuff like that. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But I'm very, very looking forward to this match. I'm excited.
You captured a victory in your final match at IWA Productions, and I'm sure you're hoping to capture a victory in your final match at NGW as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
When we had Ricky Cruz on a few weeks ago, we announced while he was on the podcast that his match on the 15th would be against you. And he basically said, he goes, me and Floyd have long careers. He goes, I want that victory just as much as he does. And, you guys are not going to, he said, I'm going to bring everything I got because I know Floyd's going to bring everything he has.
That's right. And, he got to.
I mean, it's going to be an impressive match with the years in the ring. You guys have been wrestling all over this place forever. And for you guys to clash for the first time, but unfortunately for you, it is the last time.
Yes, and that's what I'm talking about. With two vets being in the ring like that, as the experience that we have, and like I say, it's all going to just come down to that with that first slip, who make that first mistake, and that's it. And trying to figure that out and then counter it and then do whatever stuff, because it's going to be a lot of pinfalls, a lot of counters, because that's just how we are. Like I say, it's vets. We're not just going to just go in there. We got too much respect for each other to just pound or whatever stuff like that. I'm just saying, it's a lot of respect there, and then it's going to have to be work. It's going to have to be work, to get that victory. And you can rest assured, win, lose, or draw. If I win or if I lose, or or he win and he lose, it's all going to be mutual respect. Absolutely, just absolutely going to be mutual respect.
Mm-hmm. Got Dardar in the comments saying, when I first met Floyd, he was scary. But after I saw him for a long time, I've gotten used to him. Thank you, Floyd, for giving us the joy we have seen.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, with the freak and everything and stuff, it was scary. That's what I mean when that character changed. A lot of people, that's perfect. That was a perfect, comment right there, because it's what I was talking about, how people was like, scared when I first used the freak, and then they were just like, because everybody just thought the freak. Then I come with this tattoo up here and everything. It's like, like, okay, what's this S is all about, and but like I say, it's earned disrespect. That's why I got when I got emotional, because it was just things I knew I had to change, and then everybody, like I said, everybody I worked, made me who I am, because without them, the people that I worked, the big name, the indie guys, all the out of towners and everything and stuff like that, it wouldn't have happened without them. So I have to thank all those. I mean, if you look at, I was thinking within 34 some years, I think I probably had well over 10,000 matches. Yeah, I was looking at some things. I was asking stuff, but we used to do, of course, back then. They used to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday shows. Okay, toward the weekend and everything, because running the Thursday night show in St. Louis wasn't a problem. And then you go from St. Louis Friday, and I'm sorry, Thursday. Then you go from St. Louis to Rolla, Missouri. Saturday, Springfield, Missouri. Sunday, Joplin, Missouri, and then Monday back in St. Louis. So you just run it straight down the line, with shows like that for years, and that's how it was. And then we did some Arkansas when I was down, when it was RCW, a lot of those shows. And then I'm doing, sometimes you do double duties. You got some shows that Saturday, 1 o'clock is show, and then you got another one at 8. You know how those goes. Double duty on same days, and then it's 2 o'clock show on a Saturday, 4 o'clock show on a Sunday. And it goes on and on and on. I mean, a lot of matches and everything, and I'm just grateful that I it's not ticking about any type of major injuries. Thank God on that, because there's a lot of guys that last this long.
We got Kevin in the chat saying, "We'll miss you, Floyd. You were one of the most creative and the most funny wrestler to watch wrestle."
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You said that your favorite type of matches were the crazy matches.
The crazy matches. I call them the crazy. They're crazy, yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've done in the ring?
What really tripped out the crowd and everything and stuff. Now we are going to kind of go a little bit X-rated here. Not too X-rated, but you'll see what I'm talking when I get there. When I start, messing with my worker in the ring, that started as pretty much when I was a heel, a bad guy. And it was just something that to just attack. It's like, okay, people always say where it come from. People say, when they get into a fight, I kick him in the balls, or I hit him right here, I hit him in the balls. I said, okay, well, I ain't gonna hit him in the balls. I'm just gonna grab him in the balls, and that's where that come from. I started doing that, things about when you think about things, people talking about, fighting and stuff like that, or grab them, take your thumb and stick them up, the rear end and all that type of stuff. Those types of, I mean, I thank those guys a lot to allow me to do that to them in the ring. It brought laughter and everything and stuff. I mean, the fight and everything and stuff. I mean, to mess with their jewels in the ring. I think will always would be probably a rememberable moment with that, because not too many people's doing that. And that's why I wanted to do it, because it was something different. It was an attention getter. And people just laughed at it. They're like, oh my God, or you remember the one when I did Chris K, the thing when I did like that and I put it in the ref's face, I'm like, smell that! And everybody just went back with it. You see, it did its purpose. It was just stuff like that just always would be, no matter if I do that as a baby or a heel, it just goes over. It goes over well.
So down to Kevin Dar says down to what Kevin says, you're the most energetic and most intelligent wrestlers.
Oh, thanks. I try. I try. I really do. Because there's a lot to think about in wrestling, and like I said, that's what brought that emotion part on me earlier. Because, like I said, laying up in the hotel beds, you're thinking, and you just kind of like, what am I going to do here? I'm too small, back then and stuff, and just people say no, 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 but I'm trying to turn those no's into yes, and out of, for example, 10 of them, I got 6 of them saying yes. Now that first they were saying no, and then it just I just kept pushing, guys. It was really was tough. With my character, my lifestyle, and everything and stuff. But I did not give up. I did not give up, and I kept going with it, and that's what's I'm proud of the most by
So
continuing with it.
They say everybody remembers their first. What was your first match?
It was a gentleman called the Prince of Darkness in Madison, Wisconsin. Don't ask me what year that was. It was the first match. It was a show with Rocky Brewer, and he did down there that show and everything and stuff. And then I came down. I wasn't on a card. I was a fill-in. I didn't know, and so I get down there in Madison, and they was like, "You got your gear with you?" I'm like, "Of course, I keep my gear with me." They was like, "I said, good, you're working tonight." Okay. So they was like, "You find this guy here, the Prince of Darkness and everything and stuff." And I'm like, "Okay," and went up against him and everything and stuff, and it was good. It really was good. I was nervous. I mean, it was like one of like them little small gyms. It was probably about 700 people there. I mean, it was a solid, stinky 700 people too. It was so packed and small. I mean, you go out there, I mean, you can literally smell, like underarm, you can smell feet, socks. I mean, these were like none per. I mean, nut country hillbilly boys. I mean, the big guy, he's sitting up there popping nacho. Yeah, kick his ass for it. You got him. And yeah, one of them crowds. That was fun and stuff, but it was good. They was behind me, and that was my first match, and I went over. And yeah, that was it. It was the Prince of Darkness in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Madison.
Dara wants to know where your favorite place to wrestle at is.
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to go. Basically, we'll probably say when I got a chance to work at one of the I got a chance to do a small spot in the Omni in Atlanta when I went down there with WCW. Everything. It was more of a chase. Beast got on another show that night. He was mad as all get out, and I don't blame him. And I get down there, and I was working WCW. I was doing the one that take the clothes to the back and do all this type of stuff at that time while I was still in training. And the Omni sold out. It's like maybe 16,000 people there. And I'm just doing my job, that's normal and everything and stuff. So it was Abdullah the Butcher and Luger, and was getting ready for a cage match. So Abby come out, everything and stuff. He took his thing and he threw it in my face. And next thing you know, he's like all of a sudden, like I get it off my face, and he's like right here, like chasing me. So I turns around and I just start running fast as I could around, and he, see me, hop into the room, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm gone, man. I run up the aisles. I mean, crowd is cracking up and everything and stuff. And then but then I had to, thank Steiner and everything, because as soon as he turned back around, he met him on the line. And the crowd went crazy. They roar like all get out and everything. So I come back there. They giving me all kinds of crap, like, what the hell you do to Abby? I'm like, I did nothing to him. I'm going to get the clothes, for crying out loud. So with that, it was just funny. It was all just spots and things. And when I did that, I would say that probably would be the one, because the classic arena of being the Omni sold out that night with that cage match. and me taking clothes, and then that chase happened. That I mean, you can't ask for nothing better. You really can't, especially being blind to it. You know, it wasn't like they said it was gonna do it. It just happened. And my reaction, I'm surprised I didn't fall on my ass and probably just got elbowed or popped to the throat for real. You know, I just took out running. I mean, that's my only instinct was to run, get away
Was
from
that
them.
during the days when WCW had the power plant set up for training?
I think so. Yes, because that was in the 90s. Yeah, that was in the 90s. Yeah, the power plant. Yeah, but see, we was traveling with them on the road because they had like 4 different wrestling crews. They had one, you know, for the East Coast, the Midwest, the Mountains, and the West Coast. Excuse me. And so we ran with the Midwest team and everything and stuff, and did that. I just happened. What had happened had just got called down there because I guess two of the crew members I think had to leave for something, and then we heard this big old car that was coming down to Atlanta, and I was like, I'm going to go and everything. Like I said, Beast had to do some other things. He couldn't make it, and he was. I know he was upset, but I said, well, I gotta go. He was like, go, go, go. I was like, all right. So, of course, old school back in the day, I'm on a Greyhound, once again, smelling armpit pits and feet, you know, all the way down there and everything and stuff. You know, back then it was like crazy because I'm making bologna sandwiches. I got my apples. I got my raisins, you know, all this stuff on this like 13-hour drive down there. We had a connection in Nashville. Everything. So I get down there. So that bus, the first bus to Nashville was crowded. The one from Nashville to Atlanta wasn't too bad. It had maybe about 10 empty seats, but still there was some room. You know, everything, things could ventilate around. So that was pretty good. And then I rented a car. I got down there and did the show. It was a Friday show, and then I think Saturday that was a Saturday show in Atlanta. Sunday they went to Macon, Georgia, and I went to that show, drove down and everything, and then I came home that Monday. And yeah. That was that, you know.
Now, Floyd, I'm not sure if you've seen our show before, but we like to play a little game with our guests.
Okay.
We call this game.
Here we go.
Shock therapy.
Right.
Now, the way this game works is I'm going to ask you 3 questions. If you get 2 out of the 3 questions right, you will win a signed show poster for one of our viewers. And this week you'll be playing for Jonathan Moffat.
Okay. I'll try Jonathan.
All right.
2 out of 3.
As Scott said earlier, you know, I'd have to say every single time I've seen you come out to the ring, you've always had a different outfit. Mm-hmm. So I've kind of always considered you, you know, the master of freaky fashion.
Freaky fashion, okay.
So
I like that.
These are going to be questions about freaky fashion.
Okay.
All right. Your first question. What's the number 1 rule of freakishly fabulous fashion? A, less is more. B, more is more. C, wear whatever your grandma picks out. Or D, clothes, who needs them?
Okay, let's see. What's the number 1 rule of freaky fabulous? So I have to answer this pertaining to the question itself or my character?
Oh, it'd be for your character.
For my character. Probably I would say D.
D, close who needs them?
Yeah. And the only reason because I mean, and I got to explain, I'm gonna explain my answers here. I'm gonna pick I'm explaining why. I'm gonna pick B, but I want to say A. The only reason why I have to pick that because even though with the name that I'm using, I have to keep it G-rated. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to really to have, you know, really come out there. I could have really did the freak really, really freaky. You know, I could have came out with, really all this, you know, like bondage type wear, which I wanted to do, type of thing, and leather and stuff. Like I could have really did that, but I know a lot of people was doing that, so I kind of did it just another difference with my with my outfits and the face masks, the hats, the feather boas, and everything. Adding more clothes onto it, and just really, like I said, and that's how it earned its respect because there's some guys that do some things, and which is fine, but I had a lot to show the people the the Freak can be G rated, but it can be X rated too. It just depends on your age. You see what I'm saying? So that's yeah. So with that being said, if it's about my career, I'm gonna say B and D.
All right. And the answer is whatever the Freak Pretty Boy Floyd said it is.
That's too far. Okay, well,
All
that's
right.
good. All right, yeah,
And your
yeah.
second question.
Okay.
What's the best way to make an entrance when you walk into a room? A, quietly slip in and take a seat. B, cartwheel in, covered in glitter. C, walk in with a wind machine behind you. Or D, arrive on a golden chariot.
I like those choices there. I can see. Well, so I can pick two on this one too.
Yep, you can pick however many you want.
I like walking in with the wind machine behind you. I like that one, and then and the cartwheel and covered in glitter. I like. Hello, I'm here. I can see me doing that back in the day. Yeah, I like them too. Yeah. B and C.
All right, and the answer is whatever the Freak Pretty Boy Floyd said it is.
That's fine.
So
All right.
you got two questions right so
I got
far.
two. Okay.
So you have
Yeah,
won the
you won
poster.
that poster.
Okay.
All right, are you ready for a third question?
Yes.
All right. What is the correct number of mirrors a pretty boy should have in their dressing room? A, 1, just to check yourself real quick. B, 5, because angles matter. C, 15, because perfection is science. Or D, every single surface should be a mirror.
And I can pick two on this one too. Oh God.
Well, this one would have to be more of an exact pick.
Normally, here in my house, but when you're at the show, a lot of them don't have mirrors, so I got to like pre-do it here and then just do it at the show.
Let's go with under ideal circumstances.
No, I know I am. Yeah. I mean B because that could cover and then you can line your mirror up to see from front to back and stuff like that. I would say B.
B?
Yeah.
All right, because angles matter.
Yeah.
And the answer is, can you guess what the answer is going to be?
Don't tell me. Go.
Whatever the Freak Pretty Boy Floyd said it is.
All right.
So you are one of the few guests that have got all three right.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's too funny.
So now you join the club now with there's only a few guests that have won all three. So
okay. Oh my good. What link is going? I want to share this to some people and everything. What you guys gonna have this on like YouTube or is it gonna be on Facebook or?
Yeah, it's on Facebook and YouTube, and there will be an audio version up on Audible and Spotify and iTunes, pretty much everywhere.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Send me. When will the link be up tonight?
Oh yeah. We're
Okay.
live right now, so it
No, I know.
as
Right.
soon as soon as we're done, then links will be available on everything.
Okay. Where does it go to? Where does the links go on YouTube? Like, who is it on NGW or?
Yeah, it's on
it's on
NGW.
On NGW. Okay.
Yep.
So I got one more question for you, Floyd.
Sure.
What is the
Sure.
one thing you would like people to remember you and your character for?
Remember, basically, guys, like you probably hear it a lot of times. Work hard, be yourself. Just be yourself. Like I said, with the criticisms and things that you're going to get in life, not just in wrestling, but anything. Be you, be smart. That's what got me where I am today. I just continue to be myself. I didn't change anything. I didn't take nothing out. I added more than I took out. And the things that I did took out, I just made corrections with it. And some things I brought back after I understood why I took it out and why I could, use it again to make it work. And that's all mind settings. It takes time. So just be you, be yourself. Cause that's with me not changing nothing and me stay focused and moving forward. That's what did it, so just be yourself. That's all you can remember me by that. If anything, you said Floyd was always himself. He did his thing. Floyd was Floyd. The freak was the freak. And you guys knowing me, I am. That's right. Anybody can vouch for that. So you can remember me by always just be yourself. Be you.
And I want to thank you very much for joining us here tonight, Floyd.
Guys,
And
thank you so much.
I'm sad that it's going to be the last time I'll see you. I'm very happy to
Yes,
be
thank
able
you.
to
I
be
know.
there for your final match. And,
Thank you.
like you said earlier, a lot of people get injuries throughout their career. How meaningful is it to you that you can go out and end your career the way you want to, as opposed to, unfortunately, how many careers end, without being able to have the final moment?
Yeah, that's just it. Like I say, it's a blessing. Like I say, with the crazy matches, any of those matches could have been a career-ending moment. Um, as we just said, like a slip and fall or something like that. One slip meaning one wrong turn or anything that a fall or up against something or landing wrong or something like that. Um, yeah, like I say, it is a blessing. It just really is. I mean, that's all I can say to that. Now I'm not saying I didn't get hurt, I didn't have injuries, but we talking about career endings. With that part, like I say, it's just a blessing. It really is because I went through a lot. Um, with some bigger guys and stuff like that. That just really was. I know some guys were trying to hurt me, but I did have back then a martial art background when I was little and stuff, and that helped me a lot because I know how to break a lot of the falls. Not saying I was gonna try to get in there and be like Bruce Lee on somebody. You see that all the time. Someone coming up to whoa, next thing you know, down, they down. I wasn't gonna do that type of thing. But it was just like I said, I could bless that though the fallings and stuff that I learned from the martial arts that I did use a lot in wrestling that helped me to break a lot of falls, especially on floors, tables, things like that. So I have to thank the little martial art background that I had. Um, yeah, I think that saved a lot of me though with me because if I didn't, I probably would have had who knows, I mean, some type of fractured neck or anything, by not knowing how to break a fall.
All right, but yeah, thank you again so much for joining us here tonight,
No problem,
Pretty
guys.
Boy
Thank you,
Floyd.
guys.
Yeah,
It's
thank you,
been
Floyd.
Thank you.
absolutely wonderful having you tonight. It's been absolutely wonderful seeing you in the ring. And like I
Thank you.
said, well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sad to see it come.
Same here. I know. But I'll be around to come to see you guys on some shows. You know that.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure you'll still be around, just not in the ring, but
Right. But I know that in ring action is where it's at. Yes.
yep. All right. And we got Dardar saying bye, Floyd. See you on March 15th.
Thank you. Yes.
All right. But you have a wonderful night. Thank you again for joining us, sir.
Good night, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Floyd.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Wow.
Well,
There we
Scott.
go, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's great that he's able to end on his terms, but it's
and
sad
that's
to see a career end.
Like you said, you brought up a good point because a lot of wrestlers don't get to end their career on their terms. A lot of wrestlers get injured and they're forced to stop completely, and he gets to go on his own terms. And at least he gets to go out on his own terms. That's one of the good things. I mean, a long career, but they always say
35 years. That's an incredible career.
Yes.
And Pretty Boy Floyd's for the first time, for the last time, Freak versus King of Chaos, Pretty Boy Floyd versus Ricky Cruz on Saturday, March 15th, NGW Madness and Mayhem, Muscoda, Illinois. Make sure you get your tickets now, ngw.ticketleap.com. But that's not the only piece of action that we'll be having that night. We will be having Logan Ridge taking on the defending NGW Lightning Division Championship, Preacher.
Yep.
And we will have Marco Hendricks taking on the defending Wrestling for a Cure Championship, Sid Holland, for the Wrestling for a Cure Championship. And our next round in the qualifying matches for the new NGW Women's Division Championship, returning Shaza McKenzie taking on the debuting Lovely Miss Larkin. And we will be having a returning Mickey Midas taking on Dexter Roswell for the NGW Heavyweight Championship. And of course, big match on the card, our Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match featuring the Great Heathen Army, the FAM, and TNT. And all 3 members of the Great Heathen Army will be legal. Scott, which match are you looking forward to the most?
I mean, it's almost like Endless Winter again. You know, it's hard to pick. It was hard to pick a certain match, but if I can pick one match off that card, obviously it's the TLC match.
See, I'm gonna go Floyd's match.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
I mean
it's the match that I'm looking forward to the most. It's weird. I'm looking forward to it the most, but it's the one that I don't want to see.
I know. Yes, it's hard with that one because, yeah, that is going to be an amazing match, you know. But unfortunately, I mean, that's what sucks is it's going to be Floyd's last match. But it's going to be a phenomenal match.
Which matches of those are you wanting to be the referee in?
Honestly, I don't care. I mean, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. I just hope that I can dodge some weapons or whatever in that TLC match. So,
Daughter's looking forward to Marco and Sid, Preacher and Logan, and the TLC match. I mean, you know, Dardar we know is a big fan of Playboy Double H, and Playboy Double H does currently have the right to fight contract.
Yep.
We could see him that night, you know.
And Playboy Double H
against either Dexter or Mickey, whoever wins that match, he could cash in during that match, make it a 3-way.
Yeah. He can cash in before the match even starts.
Yep. Or cash in right after it like Preacher did.
Yep, exactly. You know, that's the one thing is we have that right to fight. And he said it was going to be the year of PYT, and so far it's starting to be the year of PYT.
Yeah, PYT could walk out Madness Mayhem with 2 titles.
Yep.
But I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. I also want to say a special thank you to our sponsors, Nick's Home Decor, Bi-State Termite and Pest Control, Needful Things Boutique in Muscoda, Illinois, Laser Monkey Engraving, and the Ringside Buffet in Mount Vernon, Illinois. And that should take care of us for tonight. We got Dardar. 2025 PYT's here.
Could well be.
Yeah. All right. But Scott, do you have anything before we go?
Nope. I mean, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and, you know, we'll see who we have on next week.
Yep. All right. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week, 7 o'clock. Thank you very much.